back any further.
Start with an opening statement from coach and then open up for questions.
Definitely looked like a first game of the year. You do a lot of things in practice to make sure that we're playing together, not shooting ourselves in the foot, kind of. It's a structure of the game, but also a way to play that you're playing. Coach Belichick would say complementary hockey. So we didn't really do that at all in the first and not much in the second. So we put ourselves behind the eight ball. Turnovers we didn't need to make, spending too much time in our D zone. So it just looked like a first game. That's what happens if you play the first day and you don't have an exhibition game. But surprisingly, it wasn't the young guys. It was some of our older guys that should know and should be kind of the guides and the calm ones out there. But everyone's trying to do a bit too much, and it just wasn't clicking at all. So we have to clean things up. Again, not put ourselves in positions to beat ourselves. But third period, we came out and looked much better, much more like a hockey team. Thought we created some chances. We had some offensive zone time. We played simpler, more predictable style to each other, and we just climbed ourselves a little too deep a hole that we didn't get out of it. But there were some signs in the third, hopefully what we will become sooner than later. If you're going to play, it's not that we were loose, but we weren't just tight enough against a team that is outstanding at playing a team game, playing together. Quinnipiac for years has been a team that doesn't beat themselves. They play together, they play well, they play simple hockey that's, you have to be really on your game to play against them, or they'll be able to exploit your mistakes, and they were able to get a few tonight. And then, like I said, we didn't quite climb out of it. So we have to learn a lot from that and move forward. We got another great test next weekend.
On that note, you've opened against them 4 of the last 5 years. Is this kind of a budding rivalry, a good measuring stick game for you to open the season with?
Yes. I wasn't here for all those, but yeah, but still for 2 out of the last 3 years. And they are a great measuring stick. You know where you stand. You learn so much about your team game when you play them. You have guys who can make plays and guys that are what they can do as individuals, but against Quinnipiac, you really have to have a good team game. And the last few times we've played them, we have, but today we didn't start off that way, and we got behind morning and come back.
Dylan Silverstein, a former Boston College goalie. What was it like seeing him on the other side of the ice?
Yeah, we're happy he's healthy and playing. He actually never got on the ice once for us. He had some very serious concussion issues, and it's great to see. It was a long road for him to come back. So you're happy he was able to do enough things to be cleared and be able to play. So you're happy for him. You don't want to see anyone, especially young people like that, have to deal with head issues. So you want to beat him, of course, but you're definitely happy he's healthy and playing.
On the other side of the end, Jan Korek making his start for you guys after losing Fowler last year. What did you think from him tonight?
Yep, he made some great saves. He did a lot of positive things. I'm sure he'd like maybe 1 or 2 back, but we know Jan gives us a chance to win. So he's been very assertive this whole fall, really taking control and command of his net, and we know we'll get good goaltending from Jan going forward.
What was your message to Higgins this summer about coming back for a second year and maybe the bigger role he can play this season for you guys?
Yeah, think last year was so busy for him with the draft. So I don't know. I mean, he does a great job of putting that stuff aside and just playing and enjoying it, but I still think there's a lot of weight off his shoulders. You know, he knows where his next team will be. He knows what organization. All that stuff was, you know, probably overly critical people were, because they had such a magnifying glass on him for the draft when you're being talked about in a, you know, top 10 draft position. If you watch long enough, you can find mistakes with everybody. So I felt like he went through a lot of that. Now that's all behind him, and he can really just focus on hockey. So we know what he can do. He's going to be a huge part of this team, drive the offense for us, and I think with all that stuff behind him, probably be definitely more free time, but probably be a little more enjoyable as well.
Coach, what did you see from the special teams tonight, able to hold Quinnipiac 0-for-3? They were one of the top power play teams last year and then convert on 2 of the 3 against one of the top-ranked penalty killing units a year ago.
Yep, I thought the PK, we'd obviously like to win more face-offs, so we don't have to spend the entire time in our zone, but they did a great job in the zone. We got some great blocks, weathered the storm. Brady broke his stick, and we were able to weather the storm there. So the PK was excellent. Again, we can make it easier with a few more face-off wins. And the power play, you know, you're happy to convert on those. There were 2 great shots. I think we'll be more organized. It's always hard in the beginning, but as we get more organized, hopefully we'll be able to create more chances and finish like that. I would say the power play looked lethal, but when you get 2 great shots, that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes you play great and you don't get a goal, and sometimes you slap it around and you get 1 shot and it goes in.
Speaking of which, what did you think of your top line and Ryan getting his first goal?
Yeah, great for Ryan to get one right away. They had glimpses. I thought early on, felt like they were trying to do a little too much, trying to force some plays that weren't really there because Quinnipiac had numbers back. But when they did get open ice, they were quick. They had some passes. Puck was bouncing a little bit tonight, so they missed a few that I think they'll capitalize on later. But you can tell that there's 3 guys with quickness. They play with their heads up, and they're going to be a big driving force for us.
Dean Turner had a couple big hits out there. Do you sense that he's making more of an effort to add that to his game?
Yep. Dean had a big summer in the weight room. Got a lot stronger, and he was able to take advantage of that sometimes. And I think we'll see the offense come from him as well. But if he's not creating chances and he's still being a physical force, then he's impacting the game. So it's great for him to add that to his repertoire.
Any more questions for Coach?
Just 2 tough ones in Minnesota next week. How do you put this behind you and get ready for the number 9 team in the country?
Yep. We know it's going to be a great challenge. I think clearly we'll have some video sessions and just see where we had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. And I think next week we come back with just a little more presence to start the game, a little more understanding that we don't have to go out and try to be world beaters, play within ourselves, and then the good things start to follow. You build some momentum. So that'll be our message.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.